But in a no-deal scenario, at least until there is a deal, and sooner or later there will have to be a deal, we won't be installing a hard border between Northern Ireland and Ireland, and everyone knows that.
We've made no preparations for a hard border on the land between
You may not
Northern
contemplate
Ireland.
it, but you may not want to talk about it, but it is a reality.
I think if that scenario arose, we'd have to have a difficult conversation with our European partners.
We're not drawing up any plans for a border between Northern Ireland and Ireland full stop, because there isn't going to be one. And I've made it very clear to my counterpart in the UK, but also to the other EU Prime Ministers, that under no circumstances will there be a border, full stop. We're not going to be hiring dogs and training dogs. We're not going to be hiring customs officials. We're not going to be scoping out the border for a site for truck stops. And no matter how much Fianna Fáil demands that we should make those kind of preparations, we're not going to do that.
If negotiations fail with the Tory government on the exit agreement, and those negotiations collapse, we know we can't trust Theresa May with the border. Will you give us a clear commitment that the European Union will not impose a border, customs posts or any other infrastructure of a frontier in order to protect the European borders in the way you're doing, to the detriment and at the loss of life of people in the Mediterranean? That's the question. We don't trust the Tories. Can we trust you? Yes. No border, under any circumstances.
I can only speak for the UK government, and I have made clear that if we leave the European Union in a no-deal scenario, we will do everything in our power to avoid there being a hard border.
The UK has been clear that under no circumstances will we be putting in any infrastructure or any associated checks at the Irish border. So we do not envisage, even if there is no deal, doing that.
Lars Carlson last week said it's possible to have no checks at the border, no infrastructure, no slowing down. The head of the Irish tax authorities, Niall Cody, said he was practically 100% certain, quote unquote, that no new customs posts would be necessary. Mr Hans Mason last week called the problem of the Irish border, quote unquote, fictitious. And now we've got your testimony. So why does the government persist in accepting the argument that the Irish border would need to be hard under any circumstance?